Alright, hello everybody, welcome back. We have a Silver Cloak and Dagger to review today. They said that they had a pretty good game, but then around the end of the first half is where I think my positioning in particular took a dive off a cliff. He said, I don't think I have much to give heads up on, maybe aside from the fact that I do random 360s on the way to point on during downtime, and that's because I recently changed my sense. Okay. So, let's see what we can learn. This is Silver, so I'm sure there's lots and lots and lots of stuff we can learn. They also said they don't exactly know how to do a VOD review. In addition, they don't have the attention span. So we'll try to keep it shorter, I suppose. In general, what we do is we just watch through the whole game. And then I give tips and things that we can adjust. Why was this good? Why was this bad? And kind of go over it. But I'll try to be a little more concise for this one. But yeah, so Cloak and Dagger. Great character. Who is on your team? We have Emma Strange, very strong front line. For your other support, you have Invis, so keep close to her. She's going to want to position a lot closer, so you can position a little bit farther back, but understand if you need healing from her, she's going to have to turn around, so we got to use our bubble well. Then we have two divers. We have Magic and Psylocke. Psylocke sometimes can peel, and so can Magic. Most of the time, they're probably going to be gone. Be careful. We're already seeing a Penny on the enemy team, so Silver Penny shenanigans. Here we go. Good. Okay, nothing bad so far. We're fine. Careful of the nests. Okay. Good use of the window. I would have preferred a window a little bit earlier, but that's fine. Not terrible. Okay, kind of a wasted window there. I would have preferred if we hold that for the situation like you had earlier. Like right now would be good. Your Invis is low, your Emma's low, way up there. I like your positioning. There you go. Okay, be careful here. Get on high ground. Okay, so remember when I said we could play pretty far back, right? I think this is a little too far back. So once people... Well, you have to scoot up with your team. I know you're a little hesitant right now because they have Squirrel Girl ult, right? But it stays stuck. Also, if Squirrel Girl ult is coming at you, you should be able to have the reactions. And if you don't, we got to practice it of switching to Cloak and then fading and going high, right? So you need to be over here. We need to be helping. Because here we have an angle to help our Magic, right? We have an angle to help our Invis. Now your Invis shouldn't be standing out in the open. But that's alright. Now how are we going to use our ult? We're down 2. Please don't ult here. Good. Oh no. Now we're down 3. So in general, like this is... Since we're in Silver, pretty much until you get to like GM, I want you to only think of support ults, except for let's say Ultron and maybe Gambit, as 100% defensive. Okay? I know you have your ult first here and you're trying to like push, but the problem with being like low elo is your team is also low elo. So the space that you're going to make, they're not going to be able to take full advantage of it right now, and they would be able to take a lot better advantage if you use it defensively. So you use it against something, right? That's tough. The next thing is we're ulting right into a Penny nest. This can get pretty scary. Good pennies will have like one spot that they stack a lot of things. And I've seen tons of Cloaks ult and then die in their ult instantly on a penny nest. So be very careful of that. And then the last thing is we don't want to ult when we're already down, right? Because we're already down 3 people and we just, like I said, we can't take good advantage of the ult that you gave us versus how much we can take. See, like our ult's now gone. Our Emma made some space. We did get a little bit of space, but she has to immediately back up and like stop holding it. And now here comes their ults, and now she has to diamond form and basically get out, right? So be careful with that. Personally, I would just say don't do it. Nice, we're bouncing it off the walls. Okay, we're out in the open here. Silver is generally where this happens. I want you like hugging a wall, right? We need to be hugging a wall because if we're hugging a wall here, we don't take as much damage, and the second we take damage, we can just stop taking damage. We can choose. We get to choose if we want to stop taking damage or not. If we're out in the open, it makes it really easy for the enemy team to accidentally hit us. Like, they don't even have to be trying. Okay, this is not horrible. This is a really bad invisible, but that's okay. Okay, we gotta push with our team. Push, push, push. Good, good, good. Okay, now I'm thinking let's rotate, right? This is not bad. We're using high ground. We're up out of the way. This is pretty good. Nice. Okay, now we gotta rotate back. Good. Prioritize the Emma. Emma. Nothing terrible so far. You're using your abilities well. Good window. Back up. I would ult here. Good, yeah. A little bit far back, but that's okay. Nice. We know where to end. We go in cloak form? Cloak? We gotta be in cloak form. So whenever you ult, you want to be, when you're done ulting, you want to be in cloak form because you want to be doing more damage, right? We're doing more damage to people because people aren't going to die as long as they stand in our... And the more damage you do, you could be blinding. Your damage might be the difference of this rogue living and dying, right? It's just a little bit extra. In which case, that's there. Then, the other added benefit is if we're in cloak form already, now we have this, we can already fade. But it looks like you have pretty good reactions, and we fade anyway, so. Nice, good stuff. But be careful. So when you fade, you are completely invincible, and it looks like you have the reaction nailed down of like, switch, fade. You don't always want to jump, though, and you can actually cancel the fade early. So you want to switch, fade, and then be done, and then keep... Now we're back shooting. We also gave up so much space that we can't heal, right? We could have just stayed here invincible. Then it's over. Now we're healing our Emma. But we give up that space. Not great. And our Emma dies for it. So even though the Iron Man didn't kill us, he stopped us from healing long enough to kill our team. Oh, dang it. We back to VOD reviews? Yeah, I'm gonna do this one and then we'll play a bit. So here, again, like we wanna enable our team. Strange is ulting, right? A Strange ult can do wonders for your team, but not if he's by himself. So you're not a DPS, you're not gonna go like kill anybody probably. There's an opportunity, but you can help him out just by healing him. So when you're playing supports, you want to think like based on who's your team, like who am I going to like really enable? So Strange ult, I need to be healing him up because he's a huge target. Punisher ult, I need to be healing him up. He's a huge target. Same thing for Star-Lord, Iron Man, Scarlet Witch, things like that. They're vulnerable and they can do a lot of damage. Also, Jake, who did you ban? What happened? Good fade. Go to high ground. Good. Nice. Bubble yourself. Good. Nice. Not horrible. Get to high ground. Get out. Oh, almost. We gotta get out. We're not a tank. Get behind your team. Good. We're too willing to be in here. Window, nice. Okay, now we're back by the wall. Now, this is good. Now we can see our whole team. Before, when we're like lost in the sauce, right? If we want to heal somebody, we have to look around, right? I can see Strange. I can't see these people. Now I got to look around. Now I'm healing my Sue, but now I can't see my Strange. So if he's down, I have no idea. If we're back here, we keep our whole team in focus. All it takes to look, right? If I'm standing here, all it takes to see is just this little movement, right? Heal, heal, heal. Good. So this is much better once we regroup with our team and we're behind, right? And now, while we're doing this, we can be aware of like our positioning and stay by cover. So we can use this car for cover on this side, and then if our team really pushes, we switch to this side. And then if they push farther, we go up to this amulet. So now we're using cover. If we get pushed back, I rotate from here to here, and now we're using this cover. Or I can rotate over to here. This is a little riskier, but that's the principle of the thing, right? Okay, I don't mind this. We're getting the high ground. We're feeling a little pressured. I don't mind this ult. This is a decently aggressive ult. Like, again, I'd prefer, I think in Silver, people make much better use of defensive ults than they do offensive. But that was one scenario where like that could definitely work. So, nice. We're being aggressive in the opportunity. We can blind her, potentially, unless we already use it, but that's good. This is a good play for Silver. Okay, yeah, should I? Nice. Not bad. Not bad stuff.
Shall we, my
okay.
mechanical friend?
In higher elo, your tanks are not going to be on point, and you need to enable them to actually take the space. But since they're here, you got to be with your tanks, right? The Silver supports are popping off. You're totally right. There's a big change from yesterday. I think it was yesterday when we were watching like the... No, it was 2 days ago. Okay, this is definitely a scenario where we need to be in the support ult, right? I was saying the other day we did a guess the rank, and we were watching GMs, and it was like GM support is playing terrible. It's just like, what is this? All right, so, but anyway, yeah. Our invis ult, I don't like this ult, but we got to make use of it. We're not playing invis, so we got to get in there. People probably are not going to die. Our team is not going to die in an invis ult. Almost never. So you need to be in there and you need to be doing damage. Okay, keep pushing. Okay, why do we not have Fade? Do we have Fade? That's Fade, right? Yeah, we did have Fade. Just a little slow on the reaction. We gotta be ready for it. That comes with time and just like practice. Now we have Fade. Okay. Just die. Just die. Don't prolong anything. The fight's over. Good. So when the fight is like dead loss, you just need to die quick and then respawn fast to get back with your team. The longer you take to die, the longer you stagger on the other end. Okay, well, who are we going with? Going with tanks. Okay, that's fine. Nice. You guys fight her off. Here we go. But okay, we gotta be in cloak form. We use their ult. We gotta be in cloak form now. Alright. So, we already talked about, like, once you use your ult, we gotta be in cloak form doing damage, right? Same thing with the other support ult. We also have to have a timer in the back of our head going of, like, my ult is about to end, right? So we know how long it lasts. It lasts 13 from when you first start it, 13 seconds. So right about here, I'm thinking, all right, I need to find a spot that once this ult is over, I'm going to still be able to survive and help my team. So over here, it's going to be by cover. You can do it down here by cover. There's actually a health pack here. I'd be careful over here because if you had a squirrel on the enemy team, this is like prime spot to get squirreled on. But over here would be better, but as long as we're not like way up in the front, like where we are, right? Because now we're where tanks are, which means we're going to take the damage that tanks take. Good. Oh, no, we don't have it for that. See, but that just goes to show you, right? If we had gone out, if we had gone away before, Then we wouldn't have need to use our fate here because we're actually not in trouble. We're not taking damage. And we'd still be sitting right over here helping. And then we see this. Then we can actually run in on Cloak and maybe fade our Emma and our magic. Right here. Right? Not bad, not bad. You know, what happens on defense? I don't like this. I don't like this. Get down. Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't get hit by the witch ult either. It's pretty impressive. This is not good. So what's going to happen in higher elo is this is contested territory, right? There should be a Captain America, like a flank tank or a flank DPS that's coming up here to fight you. This is where they live. This is not where supports live. Yeah. Please don't stand here. We can stand up here since we have a squirrel. We can help our squirrel and support over there, right? And then we would use this wall by proxy. I don't know if that's the right thing, but we would use this wall. So as people walk around, we rotate back and keep them covered up. We could be down here, helping our team from here, next to the wall. We could be next to this wall. We could be in this room over here. This one's a little more risky, but it's possible. But definitely not up here. See, your Psylocke's already dead. And there was no chance for you to help her. We can't use our window. We can't use our bubble. Now our mag's already dead. This is just bad positioning. Yeah, that's so unfortunate. You've had pretty good positioning all day. All game. So far. I mean, that is what you said in the post, so makes sense. Again, like, we gotta not be... There you go. Because now we can use our window. Perfect. There's not really much you can do there. Okay, now it's time to get out. We gotta get out. No, 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 no. Don't hold this. Because you're gonna enable them to do bad behavior. You guys are fighting 3v6, and this spawn is very far. You need to get out. You gotta be the adult in the room. I cannot believe we're down here. See, because they die anyway, and now they stagger. This is what happens in low elo. We refuse to give up. We just gotta let it go. Like, they got the point, just get out. Dang, we buckled so hard. You played pretty well, and then we just stand in the wrong spot, and then we enable bad behavior, and that's all it takes. Now the game's like over. Oh, I'm gonna have nightmares about enabling DPS after the stream. If he's like that, that's all it takes to lose a game. One bad positioning mistake, and then enabling your team to do bad things, and the game's already over. That's crazy. So, yeah. Anyway, little mistakes, like, that's all it takes. So, anyway, take care. If you guys made it this far in the YouTube video, do all the things, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Take care. God bless. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.